Hello, my name is Abraham Klein, and today I'm here with a young man by the name of Bradley Henry, and he's going to tell us a little bit about today, a little bit today. Whew, words, that's going to be hard sometimes. A little bit today about some different endeavors he's getting into these days, and yes, Bradley, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Good. Do you like being called Bradley or Brad?
Either one's fine.
Either one's fine. So okay, that really clears it up. Now I don't. Anyway, Bradley, how's it going?
Good.
Yes. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Bradley Henry?
My name is Bradley Henry. I do go-kart racing at Blairsville, Pennsylvania on a dirt track. I'm trying to raise money for stock car racing at BMR. It's a racing academy in California. It would help me raise money for my racing career in NASCAR.
Okay. So first of all, tell me, so you're in high school, or where are you at right now in your life?
I'll be in 9th grade this year.
9th grade this year. Okay. And so you've had this ambition of racing for about how long?
Well, since I started in go-kart racing, I really wanted to start following NASCAR.
Okay. When did that start?
Last year when my brother started. We got him a cart from one of my dad's friends, and then we got myself a cart. Just seemed like a little fun to do.
Okay. So your brother, I guess, caught the bug first. He was kind of interested in stuff like that. Okay. And so then that kind of got you into it. So what are some of the stuff that you've done at the Speedway? For those who may not be familiar, myself, I guess, included, who may not be familiar with how this works.
Whenever you go into the pits, you'll have a certain amount of time to get your cart ready for the races. And then there are 3 stages. One is just practice laps. You go out there, learn the track a little. The second one will be like qualifying. It depends where you start in the feature race.
Mm-hmm.
And then the feature will be the last of those. And first, second, and third, you can get prize money sometimes. And then you have a leaderboard for points, and they add all those up at the end of the year.
Okay. And so are both you and your brother still involved in that right now?
Yeah.
Okay. And how have you guys done so far with doing that?
I've only got 1 top 3 this year. I'm still trying to get my car right with the steering.
Okay.
My brother's been doing good in his class. He's been getting 2nd and 3rds.
Yeah. So he's in what class, and what class are you in?
He's in Champ 1, and I'm in Junior Champ.
Junior Champ. And how high does that go?
It goes up to Senior Champ, where adults race.
Oh, okay. And is that like an all-day affair when they do those kind of events?
It starts at 3, and we don't know when it ends. It usually ends till 12, maybe 1.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long night.
It's
long
a
day.
couple money races.
Yeah. Now, do you guys have any sort of prizes that you guys race for?
Sometimes it'll be up to $100. We haven't had any more than that.
Oh, okay. Well, still young, got plenty of time to make some money, right?
Yeah.
So, so you started doing this last year, so that would have been during that boogeyman phase in the world, if you might say. Has that changed since you guys did it last year, or has it been different?
No, it hasn't really changed. There was nothing else to do last year, so my dad's friend just told us to come down, check it out, and if we wanted to, we get started in it.
Okay. And how often do you guys do this, and where exactly is the Blairsville racetrack, for those who may not know? I think I know where it's at. Somewhere off 22, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In Blairsville, it's kind of by Sheetz and where McDonald's is.
Yeah. Okay. And like, how often do they do these races? Are these like summer long? Do they go into the fall, or this winter even?
They go into the fall.
Go into the fall?
At the end of the fall, we normally have a fall fest. You race on Saturday and then Sunday.
Okay. Is it usually on the weekends, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always Saturday if it doesn't rain out.
Yeah, that's always a worry. But I guess if it's the difference between racing and the what is that, derby? If it rains, it's actually good for the derbies, because then everybody slides all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Not so good when you're just trying to race. But so how do you usually prepare for these kind of events?
So whenever at the end of the race, we take the carts to our shop, and you take everything basically off your cart. The motor, you have to tape up all the holes and stuff it has, and then we'll wash it down and everything. We switch tires sometimes. And that's about it.
Okay. All right. So, again, things kind of shifted for you over the past year. You started out in go-kart racing, and then you started getting a fascination with actual professional racing And so, how did this lead from go-karts to professional, like NASCAR style racing?
I like NASCAR racing because you get to go a little bit faster,
Okay, yeah,
more people to go against you, and
yeah,
just something to do.
something to do. All
Not
right,
just a hobby.
yeah, not just a hobby. Okay, and so what are you doing right now? I know you said you've been fundraising to go to that school in California, but are you currently doing anything else as far as like building your own vehicle here, or is there anything like that going on right now? Or are you just mostly focusing on trying to get to the school?
Well, I'm raising money, and we're going to be getting myself a stock car just to go around in at Jennerstown Speedway.
Oh, okay.
I won't be doing some of the features there because a lot of those guys like the derby on their track.
Oh, okay.
So I figured just something to help practice in with a stick.
Yeah, yeah. So that's cool. That's cool. So ninth grade. So that only puts you at what 14 right now?
Yep.
14. Okay. So still a little bit younger to have a driver's license, but still getting. By the time you have one, I'm sure you have all kinds of experience.
Yeah.
At least on the speedways, anyway. So let's talk a little bit about that school. You mentioned about it's in California. Tell us a little bit more about what they actually do at the school.
They help you learn about the interviews and everything you have to do. They'll get you ready for how the car runs, how you tell them how to run, like your crew chief and everything. They'll tell you how to tell them how the car is running, basically.
Okay.
And they get you ready for all this stuff you're going to do in NASCAR.
Okay. All right. That's cool. And is this like a summer program? Is this a year-long program? Do you have to like move there for a time? Like is
Yeah, we
what-
can move there for a time, but if there's no races for, say, 2 weeks, we'll probably just go back to our house. And then next week later, we'll fly down there and do that race.
Okay.
He said there would be 19 races this year. He's lowering the cost a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do road courses and circle tracks. They're mainly all small tracks.
Okay. So you learn as the races happen, or there's
Yeah.
there's a trying to figure out. So there's a school, but it's more or less they're just getting you in cars and racing you. Is that
Yeah.
what I'm? Okay. All
They're
right.
teaching you how everything goes.
Okay. Okay. And this school, is this something that's what am I trying to say here? So you have to pay to go to the school. And I'm guessing you have to pay to do the races and stuff like that and all that.
No, whenever you pay, that includes all the races
Oh, okay.
and everything.
Okay.
They give you a crew chief, a car, and then you just have to get a sponsor.
Okay. And how do you are there other races schools like this in the country, or is this like the only one?
There are, but some of them only accept other people. Like, don't know how to really say it, but they don't accept other people. Some only accept women, some only accept certain other people.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
All right. And that's interesting. It's interesting. A whole school about learning how to get into NASCAR. So
Yep.
I guess there's a school for everything, right? So, and is this something that will take place over several years, or is this like a 1 year thing, or how is that going to work out?
I think I'm going to do it maybe 2 years, and then I'll go into Camping World Series for NASCAR,
Okay.
and then you can move up to Xfinity too if you wanted to do that, but I want to go further into the Cup Series.
Okay. All right. And what's your parents think about all this? I mean, obviously they're allowing you to do it, so there must be some support. But what is their opinion?
I think my dad's excited.
Yeah.
My mom was a little bit worried about it.
I was about to say more specifically. How does your mother feel about this? Yeah, that's usually the one that tends to worry more, I guess. But it depends on whose family you are, I guess. But yeah. So I guess long-term goals get into NASCAR, I guess, right?
Yep.
All right. And I don't know. I'm trying to think. Do you have like I know sometimes there's different racers with different names they go by. Do you have a race name, or you just
No.
Brad Henry,
Just
Bradley Henry?
Yep, Bradley Henry.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So yeah, you mentioned that you're raising money. What are some different ways that you're trying to do this?
I'm doing a scrap drive. Trying to win some more races at our track. And then I need to find a sponsor
Okay.
so then I can get into that school.
Well, do you know how much the sponsors cost?
Sponsor, they can pay you really anything.
Okay.
I need one for about $200,000
Oh,
for the whole academy.
okay, for the whole academy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not just one race, folks. Yes. Yeah. So okay, so yeah, that's going to take a little bit of an ambitious sponsor, you might say, to kind of get you through. But
Yeah.
it sounds exciting. It's very ambitious. I got to say, very ambitious desire to get through this whole thing. And you mentioned a GoFundMe page.
Yeah, we have a GoFundMe page also.
Okay, tell us a little about the GoFundMe page.
I don't really know what the GoFundMe page is called. I would have to text you that.
Okay, all right. Well, when we'll also do a story about this. So when we do the description for the video, we'll put that on the video, and we'll also put that when we do the article as well. So, so that's cool. It's cool. Is there any other way people would like to learn more that they can get a hold of you guys?
If you have any scrap, you can call a couple numbers. One is 724-388-2971. The GoFundMe page, I said I would text you about that.
Okay.
And that's about all we have as of right now.
Okay. All right. You guys, I think I remember you guys inviting me to a like a racing page. You guys have that? Is that another way people can get a hold of you guys?
Yeah, it's called Henry Kart Racing on Facebook.
Henry Kart Racing. Henry Kart Racing.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So good. All right. Well, again, I wish you luck in your endeavors. Sounds like a fun adventure for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any other ambitions outside of that, or is this more or less the one that you're focused on right now?
I think this one is the one I'm going to be going for.
Okay. All right.
It's like a hobby and a job.
Yeah. Hey. Well, what better mix than a hobby that's also a job, right? So again, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. It's actually been kind of difficult. Our schedules have kind of been, what would you say, clashing. Some days he's been probably out in the scrapyard or something, I guess.
Yeah.
And so he's been pretty busy, but he was able to get this done, so that's always fun. And again, wish you luck in that endeavor. So this has been Abraham Klein here today with Mr. Bradley Henry, trying to become a NASCAR driver. So as I said, we'll put the description in there. He already mentioned a phone number. You want to mention one more time?
724-388-2971.
All right, and that's Bradley Kart Racing on Facebook?
Henry Kart
Henry
Racing.
Kart Racing. Sorry, don't let me get it wrong for you. Well, yeah, like I said, we'll put that GoFundMe in the description and all that good stuff. So anyway, again, this is Abraham Klein here today with Brad Henry saying, Yins, have a great day.